Shalom, shalom. We're going to start off by saying, Call Halayim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect on the four corners of the earth. We're going to jump straight into the scriptures. Title of this video is For Israel Only. The reason why I'm making this video is because I have my own personal testimony with a family member that thinks that John 3:16 is only talking about, John 3:16 is talking about the whole world of, and Israel and the heathens included. And they don't understand that Paul was sent to the Gentiles, and Gentiles has multiple meanings or multiple definitions. It can mean an Israelite foreigner, and also can mean a heathen. And there's like 3 other definitions, but it all goes back to pertaining to either a a non-Jew or a Jew, which are the Hebrews. So, jumping straight into it, Joel chapter 2 verse 27, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your power, which is possessive, and none else, and my people, which is possessive, shall never be ashamed. And we should never be ashamed, because we're going to always have Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You know, the 2/3 are going to have to be destroyed, but ultimately they will be saved and be born again, literally, in the kingdom of heaven. But they're going to have to go through death by pain, which are the ICBM missiles, in the lake of fire, the second death. But the point of this scripture is that the Lord said, your power and my people. So the Lord's showing you and repeating himself again in multiple scriptures, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, that he's only dealing with Israel. I'm your power and you are my people. So where does that open the door for a stinky ass heathen to wiggle their way into this ministry? Why would you want a heathen to be able to just believe on Jesus Christ and then they can be saved? That makes no sense. When Moses on Mount Sinai only spoke to the Hebrews, he didn't speak to the other nations. The other nations had nothing to do with the law, statutes, commandments. Only the Israelites can sin, because the law, statutes, commandments were only given to who? So if the law, statutes, commandments were only given to the Israelites in the Old Testament, and the New Testament quotes the Old Testament, and the Old Testament is the blueprint for the New Testament, put one and one together. Let's be real. You have to go into the words. You can't just be like these other camps who just, and just start remixing the scriptures. Amos chapter 3 verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel. Why it don't say, O children of all the other nations? Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt. Was there a mixed multitude of heathens, trying to wiggle their way with the Hebrews of that time, of the Exodus out of Egypt? Yes, but they weren't part of Israel. No matter how hard they cling to Israel, it doesn't matter. Saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. So you have 18 nations, 17 17 other nations are heathens, and one nation is chosen by the Lord. And the Lord is telling you in verse 2, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for your iniquities. Iniquities is sin upon sin. So the only people on the earth that can sin are the Israelites. The blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Israelite foreigners, or in other words, Gentiles. Because we were spread across the four corners of the earth. Like this truth is not complicated, but everybody, especially you wacky tacky Christians, have to make things complicated. The scriptures are the scriptures, and the Lord said, I am not the author of confusion. Matthew chapter 15 verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's in the New Testament. I believe Joel's in the New Testament. I think the only scripture that's in here is Isaiah, which is in the Old Testament. And that doesn't even matter. I'm reading the scriptures. That was Yahushua speaking. So now you're calling, you wacky tacky Christians are calling Yahushua a liar? Man. Isaiah chapter 11 verse 10. And in that day, because it's a future prophecy, there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people possessing, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from islands of the sea. Is not Israel spread across the four corners of the earth? Aren't these different parts of the earth? Isn't Elam, Hamath, Shinar, Cush, Egypt, Assyria, aren't those heathen occupied by heathen nations? So the Lord said, I will recover a remnant, which is the remaining of Israel, out of these parts of the land, showing you that the Israelites are among the heathen. They look like the heathen, took on the customs of the heathen, but are going to come out of following the ways of the heathen and come back to their power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It says, and shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcast of Israel. The outcast, who's the outcast? Israelite foreigners. And gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Ephraim being the head tribe of the northern tribe, and Judah being the head tribe of the southern tribe, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Simple, not complicated. So, dealing with you damn wacky tacky Christians that got the zeal of the Most High, but for some reason they know all the damn scriptures, but don't go into the words of the scriptures. Don't go into the word world, or the word mark, or the word Gentile, or Gentiles. They don't go into the word. They don't go into words, period. They go off of Webster Dictionary English definitions instead of going into the Hebrew and the Greek, like King James and the 70 scholars they had to put in the work to translate the Bible, so we can get more in-depth understanding. But it's frustrating, very frustrating. With that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Kakadash, Devil Honesty, Apostle, Great Millstone, Shalom to the hopeful elect on the fourth of the earth. Shalom.